the aspect of you're a Ford guy, you're a Chevy guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I'm
You're a Toyota guy, right?
Well, if you boil down to it, I guess I am. But I'm more of it depends on what era of car.
That's true, too.
I mean, if you're in the 60s, Chevy and Ford are kind of comparable.
Yeah.
They're good. You know, would I buy a...
Even Dodge in the 60s was good.
That's true. That's true. Now, if somebody said, do you want a 1979 Toyota Celica? I'm going to say no.
Why not? What the headlights work?
You know, that's all.
Sound like the Jetsons?
Yeah. Sound effects 2.0 here. But I think it's just one of those things where it depends on the era of car.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the 2009 to 2014 range, where we were really trying to cram these turbos and everything, Toyota all day. I think, personally.
He's biased. He owns a Toyota.
Well, I mean, it's just the truth. I mean, okay, if somebody said pick three comparable cars. Let's pick the Toyota Camry.
Of course.
Of course. The Chevy Malibu.
Okay.
Or Chevy Impala.
All right.
And then what would Ford have had? Fusion, I guess.
In 2014.
Yeah.
The
car.
Explorer,
a car, four-door passenger car.
Oh, I think they had the Fusion, the Focus, and the Fiesta a little bit before that.
So Fusion would be comparable to a Malibu and a Camry.
Yeah.
So what would you pick of those three? If it's somebody that you care about said, I want to have a reliable vehicle, and it's a 2009 Camry, a 2009 Fusion, or a 2009 Impala. Drive that Impala off a cliff. I mean, I'm just saying. How many of those do you see that are falling apart? I mean, it's true. It's true. I mean, you can't say you don't agree.
Do any of these have turbos or superchargers?
Yes. Yeah, the Ford, and which I don't know that Ford had it in 2009, but let's just say hypothetically.
Okay.
Ford and the Chevy.
Oh, they both had turbochargers
Yeah.
back then? So my grandmother has an 09 Malibu.
Yeah.
And I definitely would not do that because
I know.
it got too hot. And under the fuse box, there's a bunch of little copper wires that running under it like a spider web.
Yeah.
And it got too hot, and one of the copper wires broke.
Right.
So when it gets too cold or get too hot, vice versa, they don't connect.
Okay.
But right when it's get to where you leave it alone for about 30 minutes, they kind of touch again, then you can fire it back up. She had to replace the whole fuse box.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Okay.
But so it's just little stuff like that.
But I mean, just an engine reliability aspect.
I think it's more electrical. But the engine reliability is actually she has a 3.6 liter VVT. She's got to have 300,000 miles on that thing.
Yeah.
It's not turbo though. It's the variable valve timing. But
right. But let's just say it was. Let's move to 2012, 2013. Let's move in that range where you do have let's say 13 for just more correct aspect. You've got a turbocharged Chevy comparable vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I guess I don't know if the Malibu or the Impala. And you've got a Ford Fusion, the body style that we worked on.
And obviously you're going to pick the Toyota.
And then you've got a naturally aspirated Camry.
None of us can pick the Chevy because he's already thrown it off a cliff.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with the Ford then.
Okay.
Just because I don't have the Chevy with me. I've watched you throw it off this cliff.
And this is probably a topic for another episode, another day, but the designs of them. I will say that Ford killed it with the Fusion. Absolutely. It was a good looking car when it came out. It had the grille that was the size of Texas, and they were on top of it.
I think Aston Martin got jealous.
I think they did. Yeah, man, it's ridiculous now. That's the problem. The engine were so complex that's what I didn't like about them. But if you hopped in a 2009 Camry, you're driving a 2001.
Oh, dude, yeah. I've always
Japanese
felt
was behind
that.
it.
I've always felt Toyota was like a decade behind on interiors.
They were until recently. But the thing is, and this may be where we wrap it up because this is a different topic of episode, but until recently, the problem is you can get in a Ford, you can get in a Chevy, you can get in a Toyota, you can get in a Honda. They all kind of look the same. You can't get into that creaky door panel Toyota that is made out of cardboard where Ford made it better. Now, it's all kind of the same.
I miss Mazda. Where's Mazda at?
I've got a Mazda B3000.
No,
That's
I mean
a Ford
like,
Ranger.
like recent Mazda. Like something new. I feel like it's all just SUVs.
Yeah.
I need another Speed 3.
Yeah.
Like a 2025 hatchback Speed 3. That's
There
what
you
we need. We need to bring that back.
My mom has a 2015 3, and it's a nice little car.
Speed 3 has a turbo. Oh, look at that. I think I won. Yeah.
How many of those are going to be in the on the road in 10 years?
Highly sought after, sir. Okay. I'd pay $15 grand easy for one of those.